Good morning everyone, it's a Saturday and I just signed up to a half marathon last night. Now, the last time I've run a half marathon was in 2019. It was for a work event because we had committed to a charity. So I still went there and ran it with only 3 or 4 training runs. I did 2 hours and 45 minutes. It was excruciating pain, but I thought it was worth it because the goal was not the athletic endeavor, but it was more the charity event. I didn't really look at running since then. Then a couple of months ago I got interested in running again because I had some knee issues and I had some hip issues, etc. And my physio simply said, your legs are too weak. And something about that wording just ticked me off. And so I set up on a journey when I said, you know what, I'm gonna get into running a little bit. I'm gonna start doing 2 or 3 runs a week if possible, and I'm gonna get better at this, and my legs are gonna get strong, and I'm not gonna get injured again because I'm over it. So yeah, that's what happened. I didn't want to just commit to a half marathon if I wasn't going to put in the training, which is what happened 4 years ago. So this time what I did was I tried to see whether I'd be able to stick to 2 or 3 months of running a couple times a week, and if I did that successfully, then I would sign up, and that's what happened. So now I'm officially going to work towards my half marathon. What I did yesterday, besides signing up for the half marathon, was also to start a coaching program on my Garmin app. So Garmin is just a brand of the watch, the sports watch that I have. I have an entry-level running one. It's called the Forerunner 55. There are some more advanced watches, but again, as with everything you would have noticed in this channel, I never go for buying the best and brightest kit unless I can justify the price for it. And I think Garmin Forerunner 55 is good for the beginner runner. Maybe if I do few races and things like that, I might switch to a better model, but I'm very happy with what I have and I think it serves its purpose. And also, I didn't buy it at the start of my running journey. I only bought it once I realized I was really on track to commit to doing a half marathon distance. So that's also something to keep in mind. And I will have some videos in this series where I talk about the kit, about my shoe rotation, how I prepare and dress and get ready for all types of runs, because I also had to do quite a bit of self-education before deciding to start on this, and that's just the nerd in me. Now, what are my goals? So the race is in 10 weeks. When I signed up on the Garmin Coach app, the shortest program is 12 weeks, which means already that I will have to do some own adaptation. I decided to cross that bridge when I get there. So I signed up for the 12-week program, I entered my data, and then there was the question of what is your time in terms of targets and things like that. Obviously, I wasn't gonna put just completing it because I've already run a half marathon, albeit many years ago, and I did the 2:45. So I entered what the time I did, and then I thought, what if I just went crazy and thought, you know, let's do a 2-hour one. Yeah, that's unrealistic. Even the watch was like, Uga, what are you thinking? So the watch would not allow me to enter the 2-hour time. So I entered 2:12. However, I don't really give up that easily. Now, it's not that I expect to do 2 hours. That's really unrealistic for, you know, such little prep. But I was thinking, I will put the 2:12 that I'm allowed to put. That's like the best time I'm allowed to put given my statistics. And then I will work towards it. And then I will try in a few weeks whether the app allows me to enter a lower time simply because of the progress I made since then. So we'll see. So my A goal is to do 2 hours and 15 minutes. That would be shaving off 30 minutes from my previous time, which is very respectable. My stretch goal is to do 2 hours and 12 minutes, which is what I have put in the app. And my crazy goal would be 2 hours. I might not be able to do that this year, but you know, I'm just putting it out there. So I will be training 3 to 4 times a week. That will be the runs that I do. And I will also try to add some strength training. My plan is to do 2 strength training sessions, probably Wednesdays and Fridays, and then have 2 runs Saturdays and Sundays, which means that I will have to fit 1 other run in the other weekdays, and that's where I'm giving myself the flexibility. I just saw somebody's car. I know the guy, so I was like, oh, that's Hakeem. But anyway, I want to give myself the flexibility of doing enough sessions, but I'm also realistic about my lifestyle and my work commitments. I know that some people train 5 to 6 days a week just for runs. We're not even talking about strength training. But I have to be realistic, otherwise it's not gonna work. And this would be my advice. I mean, there is something about the aspirational me, and there is something about the reality of my job, my life, etc. So this is what I'm starting with. I think that over the last 3 months I have educated myself enough to make sure that I don't get injured. I have also acquired the right equipment, and I'm really looking forward to this journey. So what you will expect to see in the upcoming content would be some journaling, in a way, of how I go from being a 2:45 half marathoner to becoming eventually a 2-hour marathoner. So this will be the name of my series, Chasing 2.0, something like that. And I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared. But I think I will get there. I think I have given myself all the support that I needed. I threw kind of the kitchen sink at this, and at this stage of my life, I do feel that I want that. Now, why did I do it through an app rather than trying to get I don't know, one of those online programs? I know a lot of people have been talking about an app called Runner, and some people have tried to give me discount codes, etc. I just don't want to overwhelm myself, and that's the key thing for me. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I have the ability to digest a lot of information, which is why I'm good at my job, but at the same time I also have that self-awareness, and I know that if I open too many fronts, I will just get in tired, because I'm like standing in a certain way just so that I can fit in the camera. And I know that if I try to manage too many apps and things like that, it will just put me off the objective of just getting out there and running safely. That's what it comes down to. What I really liked about my run today is so yesterday, because it was just me starting and signing up for the program, I did a 9-minute benchmark run, and honestly it was at the end of the day, at the end of a work day where I had to send a deliverable to a client, and I was tired, and I was thinking maybe I'll push my benchmark run to Saturday. And then I thought to myself, Uga, that's how it begins. You need to set the tone. In Morocco we have a saying, which, yeah, as I'm trying to translate it, it doesn't really do well. It's something like, on day 1 the cat dies. Anyway, it's meant to be that you set the tone from day 1. And I was thinking, I just signed up to a program. It's quite ambitious. It's 10 weeks instead of 12, and I want a decent time target, and I'm already skipping the benchmark that is 9 minutes. So I just, I didn't even wear running specific outfit. I kind of was wearing some athleisure. I wore the right running shoes, obviously. That's the thing I don't compromise on, the right running socks. And I just went there, 9 minutes. It's less than 1 week it takes me to go grocery shopping. So I didn't feel like it. I was hot, I was tired, but I just did my benchmark run so that I could finally get the program started. And that's kind of the type of energy that I want to get out there. I'm never gonna be that person who's so excited to wake up at 6 a.m. And by the way, I'm not doing the 6 a.m. wake up thing. I've been watching and consuming so much running inspo and fitness inspiration and things like that, that I've gotten to the point where I'm very cynical. They all start their day with a shot of an alarm, then they put a shot of them like that, they give you their bag, and they're wearing a sports bra, so that you see them half naked, but then they're wearing a bra, and then they turn, and then they make a dramatic shot of them making coffee. Like, nah, I'm not doing that. But I will share a lot of the things that I learn, and yeah, I'm excited to get this done. Today I did my first run on the program, following the benchmark. It was meant to be a 50-minute easy run, and what I liked about doing it through the program that comes through my cheap watch is that it tells me visually how I'm doing and what I'm supposed to do. I don't come from an athletic background. I don't know how to assess paces. I don't know how to assess number of strides and things like that. And there is no way I'm gonna be counting my steps in my head. Like, it's not gonna happen. I barely survived the run, so I don't want to waste energy on anything else. So as I was running, the watch said it was supposed to be an easy run. I don't know what an easy run is. So I just get notifications whether or not I am under or ahead of where I'm supposed to be. So red, green, red, as simple as it gets. And I just run, and it helps me assess that. If I were to run with a pace that I thought was easy for me, I'd do probably 30 to 35 seconds slower, and that in itself was quite a learning for me. And so I cannot wait to see what else I learn in this journey. So I'll stop blabbering now, and because I want to keep these video series to 10 minutes each. So yeah, I'll stop blabbering. I have already stretched after my easy run, so I'm gonna go shower and get on with my day. The next video is going to be my shoe rotation, because that's something where I have gone through some trial and error, but also I'm very happy with my shoe rotation, and it's now set for the next year or so. See you soon.